For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the podcast. We're back here again. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start posting bi-weekly. We
Yeah,
try to do every week um, back last year. So, now we're going to do bi-weekly. So, welcome to episode 4 of the podcast.
episode four. Episode four, sir.
Happy to be here. Happy to have Tyler with me again. And let's get into it, man.
Yes, sir. Well, today's episode we're gonna be talking about a very interesting topic that I feel like a lot of athletes, probably need to hear, and a lot of people, period, probably need to hear. And it is your calling in life. Personally, I'm going through a fast, and my main goal during this fast is I'm trying to figure out the calling of my life. And I feel like a lot of athletes, saying, they get, caught up in not knowing the calling of their life. They get caught up in just knowing that, I'm right here, I'm an athlete, I'm a football player. And sometimes, football doesn't work out for everybody. Sometimes football does work out for a lot of people. You never know that, right? God has different things and different plans and directions for everybody. So I know a really good verse that people can, lean on for that is Proverbs 3-5. It is a very recited verse. But it reads, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight of your path. Really, the main thing that, and Josh, you said you could most definitely put your input on this, but the main thing I
Yeah.
get from this verse is, the calling of your life, saying you can't, that's not your choice. You know what I'm saying? Everything that God puts in your life, everything that God is gonna, bring to you, you gotta trust in God. You gotta trust in God in every single portion of your life, whether it's good, bad, in between. You know, in life, you know what I'm saying? Every football player has a dream to go to the NFL. I'm not saying you can't go to the NFL. I'm not saying no one can't go to the NFL. That's God's plan. But I feel like everybody needs to, pray and ask God for the wisdom to figure out the calling of their life. It's not going to happen automatically. It's not going to happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to figure that out overnight. You're not going to figure it out today, tomorrow. Not figure out years. You know, but the main thing that you need to understand is, regardless of what happens throughout all this, is that God is going to put you in the best position possible. He's going to bless you in every single way possible that He can, regardless of whatever you want to have for your life. Everybody's dream is to be a millionaire and go play in the league, or be a millionaire and not do absolutely nothing. But you got to work, and God. I feel like right now, the calling for me and Josh's life right now is to spread the word and to continue to show everybody, what I'm saying, why our testimonies are, and to show everybody that, what I'm saying, the different aspects of life with football and without football. You gotta hand everything off to God. But that's about everything. What about you, Josh? What do you think?
Yeah, I got two things say about what you said, man. First off, I love this verse. I feel like it's one of those verses, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's one of those verses that you learn when you grew up in church. This is one of those verses like Jeremiah
Yeah,
29:11. It's one of those type of verses where you grew up. If you grew up in church, this is a verse that it's been said multiple times, but it's said multiple times because it's a powerful verse. I really think it's
yeah,
powerful because like a lot of times people want to, like we talked about in the last episode, that a lot of people want to just take it in their own hands. But sometimes you got to trust the Lord with all your heart. You can't be a lukewarm. You know what I mean? You can't be a lukewarm Christian, or you can't be in
yeah,
lukewarm situations. You gotta give it all to the Lord and give it all to Him. Say, hey, Lord, understand what I want to do, but I know you have a better plan for me. It could be the same. You never know. But trust in the Lord and let Him make your path straight, like literally like the verse says. So I really like how you said that. Also, another thing, I think a lot of times, a lot of football players, not even football players, athletes think that the Lord put them on the earth just to play football or just do their sport.
yeah,
Not technically, because I might be wrong. I'm still learning. I'm still reading my words, still figuring out. But I think I heard in one podcast with Tony Evans. My dad listens to Tony Evans a lot, and he be sending me some yes. But your calling is how to get people closer to the Lord. You know what I mean? I might be wrong, so don't like quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's your calling is always going to lead back to the Lord. So I feel like, okay, if you play football, yeah, you're playing football, the Lord give you the talents to put you on a platform to be able to share more about Him. You know what I'm saying? Football might be
Yeah,
your way. You never know that. Yeah, like football is our way. So you never know what the Lord has in store for us, but the Lord might be giving you those talents and giving you those abilities to be able to share His word and share so you can share about His word. So feel like a lot of people may be like, "This is my calling." Yeah, it is your calling. It is, but also your calling is to get people closer to the Lord. I mean, that's your main goal as a Christian. If you're a Christian, is to get more people to follow the Lord and be more with the Lord. You know what I mean? So I really do like that
yeah. I
verse, and
mean,
I'm
yeah, oh yeah. I'm sorry, my fault. Yeah, my fault.
yeah, bro. You're just trying to cut me off and stuff, but yeah, I really do like that verse, and it was good. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Just really going off that, like, I just honestly feel like, as a Christian, you know, they say, say a lot. I see a lot on the internet. You know what I'm saying? As a Christian, your duty should be to get everybody together because so everybody can, be within or with the Lord at the end of time, right?
yeah,
I feel like yeah, that's me, Josh's personal calling. I feel like my personal calling right now is, right now football's amazing, right? I'm blessed. I'm able to play the game that I love. I've been playing since I was 4 years old. But at the same time, like at the end of the day, and how I personally think now is that there's way more life to football. There's way more life to whatever football because football is not gonna last forever.
it's not
End of the day, I'm
not
going to school to get a degree to be able to do exercise science and be a strength coach and do all things that I enjoy. I personally enjoy. I know Josh is going to school to try to be an architect and do things that he personally enjoys. And regardless, whether he goes to the NFL or whether what I'm saying he plays football after college or anything like that, what I'm saying, or whether I end up wanting to do anything with football, anything like that after college, what I'm saying, there's more like football. Football is not gonna be there forever, so regardless of what happens with football, what happens with sports, a lot of people get caught up in and I feel like a lot of people get lost. I don't know if you've seen it, Josh, but I know personally, I know a lot of people that have gotten lost after they played their sport. They got lost in life. They didn't know what they're gonna do. Some people, just personally, what I'm saying, I feel like a lot of people nowadays play so much longer in college and you try to get so much waivers of extra eligibility, this and that for the money and for
mhm.
what I'm saying because they don't really want to start they don't want to start their life. They're afraid to start their life. And, I'm saying everybody has different reasons of why they do things, but personally, I feel like a lot of people just don't want to start their life. They're afraid to start their life. They're afraid to see what's out there in the real world. At the end of the day, you just gotta take that leap of faith. You just gotta lean on God and know that God has a plan for you. And I've seen some people go back to college and end up playing and what I'm saying using the extra year for a positive thing. I see some people do the same thing for a negative thing. Regardless,
Yeah,
you just got to lean on the Lord in every single aspect because shoot, God's gonna take you to the right path. And maybe he did allow you to go back to play that extra year eligibility, or maybe he did allow you to keep on playing that sport because it's probably the right thing for you to do. It's probably the right thing. Probably try to show you another lesson. Probably was trying to show you that I'm saying, hey, I'm here. I got you. You know what I'm saying. You don't need sport. You don't need to depend on sports to be able to be the man that I need you to be. You know
yep.
what I'm saying.
That's
You got to come from
that.
Josh.
Yeah, I get what you're coming from 100%. And a lot of people do that. Like they just want to depend on football. And like, no, don't depend on football. Like the Lord is giving you the opportunity to play football. Like depend on the Lord and just He gonna make your path straight. Like you said, like we've been saying multiple times. Like even in football, like the Lord puts a calling on everyone's life. You know what I mean? So just to be able to play football is a blessing. Because me and Tyler, we know a whole bunch of people that can't play football no more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
also another thing is just don't take it for granted. Because like you said, this will come to an end one day, and it hurts me sometimes when I think about it, like dang, because I love football. Tyler loves football. We both love football, and it's just like dang, I really won't be able to play this sport one day. Like the day will come to end. So like when that day comes, like okay, what do I do now? I don't want to be lost in my identity. You know what I mean? I don't want
yeah,
football just to be my one solely thing I'm known for because not me. You know what I'm saying? That's not you, Tyler. So like we're bigger people than outside of football. I kind of honestly I feel like a lot of people are trying to change that narrative today, especially like in our day and age. I feel like some athletes right now be like, okay, I'm a bigger person than just a football player. Like I'm a football player. I'm an athlete. I mean, sorry, I'm a football player. I'm a student. You know what I mean? I go to
yeah,
church. I have a podcast. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's more things than just football. I don't want anyone to just put their everything into football because sadly, the day will come where it ends, and like, okay, what's next? I don't want to be. You don't have that time where you're lost and you're like, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. Lord took football away from me. You know what I'm saying? Just trust in
Yeah,
Him.
for sure.
Be blessed that you're playing the sport that you're playing. Give it 100% because Lord gave you football or whatever sport you're playing. It don't have to be football. The Lord is putting you in that sport for a reason to show you some, just to help you grow as a character. Honestly, I feel like football has really grown my character and how I handle things in life. Do you agree with that, Tyler, or am I tripping?
Yeah, football is a lot like life. And really going off what you said just about, not wanting to be just known as a football player. Like I don't know, Josh, me and you talked about this like in an in-depth type of space, but like I'm gonna probably put it out here like in like a more like a just like a easier type of like um I've always told myself, and Josh, like I said, I'll talk to you about this. Like the day I leave this earth, right? The one thing I don't want to be known as, and this is what I had to learn maturing in my faith, is I would hate to be known as Tyler Long, the football player. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I want to be known as Tyler Long, the person that either got you closer to God or he's just a good dude, period. Because I would hate to be known as my identity as just being, oh yeah, he was really good at football. And yeah, he was pretty good. He did, you know what I'm saying? He did pretty okay at football. He was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's all we know him from. But I'd rather somebody know me as, oh yeah, Tyler, that was a great dude. That was a great man. You know what I'm saying? He was a real good man of God, man. He really got me closer to God. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for Tyler, or shoot, our God, like he introduced me to what God was. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that would probably like make me feel better. You know what I'm saying? As a man, if somebody
Yeah.
can say that about me more than say that, oh yeah, he was pretty okay at football. No, he was a good football player. He was good. He was good at sports. You know what I'm saying? I feel as if, again, like I said, I don't know my calling yet, but that being put on my life, that somebody saying something positive like that in my life, I feel like that is 10 times more important, or a million times more important for me than being known as a good athlete. You know?
Yeah. I really like what you said I liked everything you said, but it hit me when you first started talking about I just don't want to be known as Tyler the football player. And I actually have it on my board, my mirror in my dorm, and I'm looking at it, and it said I saw it on Tim Tebow's Instagram story. This was a little while ago. This was last year. I don't remember when, but I really like what he said, and I put it on my mirror just to remember. And it says, "One day the words "Well done, good and faithful servant" will matter more than any award." That hit me. I'm like, dang,
Anyway,
that is true. So like, just like you said, like I don't want to be just known as Josh Williams. Oh yeah, he played football. He was tough at football. Yeah. And then someone asked like, okay, so what else you know about? I mean, I really don't know. I just know he was good at football. Like that. Nah, that's not. If someone says that, no, I did not fulfill what the Lord wanted me to do while I was on this earth, and that is get people close to the Lord. So
yeah,
like you're saying, I just want to be known as more than a football player because I love football. Hope this never ends, but you gotta be truthful. This will end one day. You just gotta give it all. Gotta give it your all, and just keep trusting the Lord while you're doing that sport, and hope the Lord takes me the whole way, with this thing. But we'll see. I trust the Lord, and it's His path. Well, it's my path, but the Lord's gonna get it straight for me. So, yeah,
yeah. Just really happy and blessed about the situation that we're in. Obviously, what I'm saying, again, we're college football players right now, so we get to have the opportunity to be able to just do what we love, but at the same time, you know, continue to learn. Now that we're experiencing life, continue to learn now what God had our calling for, because
Mm.
we don't know, and only God knows. But as long as we stay patient, as long as we stay consistent with that, and keep on trying to just get better with that, what I'm saying, I feel like that will most definitely help us in the future. But that's pretty much all I got for today, Josh. You got anything else?
Well, I was gonna ask you a question because I was just thinking
Oh
about it.
yeah. Oh yeah. My fault. Yeah.
Are you y'all trying to end some early, bro? Nah, I'm just trolling. But you've been through college. This your sophomore year, so I was just gonna ask you, bro, how is spring ball? Like
Spring
that's something
ball.
we finna
Spring
get
ball.
prepared for. But like, how spring ball go, bro?
Yeah, I went through a spring ball before, and spring ball is something that I feel as if it's very beneficial for any college football player, but definitely for a freshman. I know personally, you know what I'm saying. So I came up from my freshman year, and I came up, very skinny. I was like in the fall camp. I was about like 212, soaking wet, like 212. Not very built, not built very well. Wasn't very good. Wasn't very good for me. Just I got redshirted, so I just like hey, we'll see how spring goes. But spring ball is a place where what I'm saying. Personally for me, I grew my relationship with God. I was able to what I'm saying, just really lock in and hone in and just really uh, I don't want to say it in like a negative way, but really just try to show people that I'm not a bad football player. I'm pretty good at I'm pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty good. I feel like I work pretty hard, and
Yeah.
that's really what it's for. Uh, so I worked my butt off, worked my tail off, and by the end of the spring, they told me I was probably the most improved player on the team. What I'm saying, during the spring when it comes to weight room wise, size wise, because I was like 215 going in the spring, ending the spring like 235
Mhm.
like muscle and just improved on football field, got bigger, stronger, faster. So for a freshman going in the spring, I say really the spring is where you just show, saying the coaches, that, saying show your talent, show what you can do. That's what spring is for. The spring is for you to make mistakes. The spring is for you to, become a better football player because you're not going to play a game. You're just going to lift, practice, lift, same schedule. You got a lot of time on your hands. So what I'm saying? You just might as well just work hard and continue to work and just show the coaches that, okay, I'm good enough. I can play in the fall. That's really what the spring is for, honestly. But the spring for me, yeah, it was a blessing. The spring last year was a very huge blessing. So yeah, that's all I really got for the spring. Just work hard. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Getting the mindset like, okay, I got enough time to be able to lock
Yeah,
in, do what I need to do before spring ball, and then when I get home, start the second routine of to get better. Working out with you, working out with the coach back up at the school. So it's really just locking in. So appreciate
yeah,
that. Appreciate them little words of encouragement. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
get it
Because
done.
you gotta understand too. You got put in a great position your freshman year.
Yeah.
Playing true freshman and stuff like that. So the spring was definitely gonna show. Like what I'm saying, you're ready to play. You're ready to be that guy. That's really what spring is for, honestly. That's where you get, like I said, that's where you get your money. Spring is where you get your money.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of the Handoff Podcast. What? Hold up. My apologies. Thought you want to pray us out.
Yeah, I got you. I'll pray all out.
All right.
Dear Lord, I just want to thank you just for bringing us here, allowing us, be able to spread the word, spread your word, dear Lord. Dear Lord, I ask, anybody that's watching this podcast or anybody, saying that's interested in just being a part of the Handoff family, that, saying they grow wisdom, they get wisdom from this podcast, they're able to just be very tuned in and listen to the words of encouragement that we're giving them, dear Lord. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you just for allowing us, me and Josh have this platform to be able to spread the word, spread your word. And dear Lord, we'll let you know that we love you, we thank you, and we are very, very blessed for everything you gave us, dear Lord. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Man. Thanks, Tyler. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Handoff Podcast. We appreciate y'all. Actually, me and Tyler have something planned for the next episode. We're not going to tell y'all what it is. You just got to wait and see when it posts. You'll be like, okay, that's what they was talking about. So we got something different for the rest of this season. Season one, rest of the season one for the podcast.
I'm
Hopefully it
excited.
works
I'm
out.
excited.
I am
I'm excited.
too.
I'm excited for a few guests we're finna have. I'm excited
Yep.
for some of the names we're finna have. Some people that y'all talking about, oh shoot, I didn't know they knew them. But I'm
hmm
telling you, I'm excited. I'm
It's
excited.
gonna be fun, man. We got some good people lined up. Can't tell y'all who the good people are. You just gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait and see it. But we got some good
Yeah.
folks
That's definitely
lined
a
up.
blessing that we're going to be able to have you guys, these people, on the podcast. It's definitely a huge blessing, and they're going to be able to spread what they got going on, how the Lord worked in their life. I'm excited, Josh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited.
I am too, bro. Like when me and Tyler actually looked at the list a couple weeks ago. And we were just like, okay, this is who we got. This is what we're gonna do. We gotta reach out to them at this time, this date, to see if they can do it. And I was just like, hey man, I can't lie. This is gonna be good. Like we actually gonna have people on the podcast, like hear their point of view, hear what they gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Like we done had like 4 episodes with just us now. Like we gotta switch it up a little bit. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
lose people. You know what I'm
this
saying?
season, this season, we're definitely gonna switch it up. And
Yeah, it's so much. It's
yeah,
so much we can say. So I'm ready. Like I'm excited. I hope it goes well. Lord willing. So I'm just prepared,
yeah,
man. I'm ready for it. I'm excited, really excited.
yeah, yeah. But that's pretty much all we got, man. Make sure you follow us at the handoff_pod. We'll keep you updated on the was it Huddle Mondays? Huddle Mondays.
Little
We'll keep
Mondays,
you
yep.
updated with all the podcasts that drop every 2 weeks. And we'll keep you updated on diversity week every single week. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, just make sure if y'all see the huddle Mondays, go ahead and add it to your store. Shout us out. We growing, trying to get a bigger platform to reach more people. So just go ahead and keep on there and look on Instagram for when the next episode comes out. Make sure to keep following us on Instagram at the handoff_pod. Keep us on, for podcast. All you gotta do is type in the Handoff Podcast. We're the first one up there. Same thing on Spotify. And if you go to our Instagram page, we have a link with our website on there. Same thing on there. If you don't got Spotify, if you ain't got Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, sorry, it's all good. So thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next episode with a guest. We'll tell y'all who it is when we get on the episode. Thank y'all for listening. God bless.
We appreciate y'all. Have a blessed day.